hate Larry Bird.
I actually used to hate Larry Bird.
I hated him. I hated Larry.
So none of us liked each other, never spoke.
The people that are hating on Larry Bird.
He was tough. He was tough. He was nasty, physical. I didn't really like it.
Bird now cuts free. Putting Boston ahead. Bird is open. Do they want him to take that shot?
Larry Bird with a steal. Anderson back to Bird. Beautiful.
Larry Bird pulls up, and the Celtics lead.
Larry and I, we played against each other like 12, 13 years. We never shook hands, never spoke. So none of us liked each other, never spoke. I didn't speak to him for 13 years. You don't have any idea how good he was if you hadn't played against him.
And the shit talking too, right?
The first time I played against him. Yeah, I'm a rookie. I'm glad to be in the league. You know, I'm in the Boston Garden, and I'm guarding him, right? First play of the game, he said, I don't know why you got you guarding me, Holmes. He shoots a 3. And I wasn't mad he made the 3. I said, but this some bitch called me Holmes. And so the next play, you know, I'm pissed. So he comes out, he shifts to his right, and I jump. I said, I got him. And I'm pumping it by my head, and I banged it on him, right? And he on the ground, he fouled me, and I'm pointing. And he said, hey, Rook. I'm like, what? He said, I like you. You got balls. He said, I'm still getting 30 on your ass tonight. He got about 37. Yeah. You know, he and I, again, never talked till we retired. And he had an interview where they was talking about trash talk. He said, I never said things to offend anybody. He said, you take Dominique. And he said, I said some things to Nick, and he would just smile at me. He said, I have more respect for him than any player I ever played against. I never knew he felt that way. And that was a major, major respect. You know, today we're friends because we're not competitors anymore.
Right. Yeah.
I've always, you know, when you talk about Larry, I give him the utmost respect because of who he was to play again. And I'm talking about guys that if you hadn't played against him, you have no idea because they take your heart.
6'9".
You think you tough? They take your heart. He's 6'10".
6'10", with
playing
a skill
small
set.
forward.
How good was Larry Bird?
He was damn good. He was good.
Shit talker?
Yeah, he talked shit all the time. Well, he's left-handed. He writes right-handed. I wasn't surprised, but that's who he is, and he predicted it. He used to come in the All-Star game, 3-point contest. Right before it started, he'd come in and look at everybody and say, which one of you guys coming in second place? You know, one of the worst ones, man, and this is Larry. He's a white guy from French Lick, Indiana. And I heard he's done this to other teams too, but we had a guy on our team, Mark Lansford. So we marked the game. He's gonna guard Larry. He says, you guys put a white boy on me. That's who he was, man. And then he went just ate his ass up and he looked it up. Like, told you. But he was tough. He was tough. He was nasty, physical. Yeah. I didn't really like it.
I tell a whole lot of people this when they talk about, you know, great players and they bring up Larry Bird. I said, listen, the dude couldn't jump, wasn't fast, you know, but wasn't athletic. Mm-hmm. But you look on the score, the score sheet after the game, he got 25, 15 rebounds, 9 assists, a few steals. I said, the dude just knew how to play, right? And the thing that I loved about him is that he was a shit talker. And I saw it in college and obviously saw it a whole lot closer when we get a chance to play against the Celtics. He was the biggest trash talker back in the day, but he would back it up.
Hey, this guy, he can ball.
Yeah.
And that's why we used to always look at Bird like, maybe he's not white. He's got a lot of swag.
Yeah.
Before the word was really hot.
Yeah.
Bird has swag.
Oh yeah, he was the biggest, they say the greatest
He
trash
talked
talker.
more trash than anybody I've ever seen in my life, Chris. I saw it firsthand. So we're playing in Boston. I'm on the bench at the time. We have Derek McKee.
Who you with at that
I'm with
time?
Seattle.
So, okay.
We have Derek McKee, one of the top defensive guys around. He catches the ball on the left side. He catches the ball and looks over at our bench and goes, I'm gonna take 2 dribbles right, crossover left. And we're all looking at each other like, is he for real? Man, he talked more trash than any. I don't think anybody can talk trash. And the fact that he's able to back it up made it that much special.
And that he was white probably rubbed
that never came into play. It's the
worse.
fact that he could back it up. That's what we looked at. It's like, this dude here is for real.
One of the coldest shit talkers in the history of the NBA was a white boy by the name of Larry Bird. I've heard Larry would tell you straight up, hey, there's 5 seconds on the clock. I'm gonna be in that left corner. DJ is gonna pass the ball to me. They're gonna get it to me. I'm gonna bust your ass and we gonna win.
Larry Bird was one of them ones that talked a lot of shit, but he can definitely back it up. Back it up with play, back it up with mindset. It was just different.
And Bird, I'm going to get to playing him. So Bird, as we get there, the Kings are finishing up. He says, follow me. So I'm going in their locker room. And he heads right into the Kings locker room. and I'm the only one with. And he, he says to Eddie Johnson, Reggie Theus, Ray Williams, whoever else was there. He says, "You fucking guys think you fucking think you're good." He said, "Let's run it back right now."
Yeah. Before the game, he told me, he was like, he just shook his head at me. He said, "Man, it's gonna be a fucked up night for you." I think he gave me what he gave me. I think he gave me 46 and 3. He would say, "Next time, bank shot left side. I'm gonna pump fake you. Your dumb ass gonna go for it." I'm like, and what you think he did, man? A quick pump fake, dog, and he go for that shit. Then after the game, he came. He sent a little letter over there to me. He was like, "I've had nobody play defense that hard on me." Then he was like, "I got a little All-Star game. Why don't you come work out with me? Come to the All-Star game, man." And let me see that summer. And I was like, "Shit, that meant everything to me." That's why I think in the league suffers now because they don't have enough veterans on the bench. You got to have 2 or 3 veterans on the bench.
It was a tie game. They had the ball, and DJ was stalling the basketball. Larry was kind of standing. I was right behind him, like denying him the ball. And they called a timeout. And he turned around and looked at me and said, "I'm gonna score right here on you." I just looked back, and the ball just went in, hit all net. And he said, "I told you so." The other time that was when we was playing him here, like 42. Kemp was a freshman. He told Sean Kemp that I'm the best player to ever come from Indiana and shot a 3-pointer in his face all net. He was like, Larry Legend is at it again.
I know we're a little short on time, but I definitely want to get through this little part right here. Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Ultimate. You guys pushed each other to the max. You guys had the infamous fight in Philly. You guys are throwing him, you're choking him, he's swinging. What was it like competing against him?
Well, the competition against Larry, started with Havlicek, Cowens, JoJo White, probably with Wilt and Bill Russell. Philly versus Boston. I went to school in Massachusetts, so I didn't hate the Boston Celtics when I was in Massachusetts. Once I went to Philadelphia, via Virginia, New York, and then in Philadelphia, then it's like, okay, we can't like these guys. Quinn Buckner was on their team, and Quinn and I were cool, we were boys. That started the teams they had. We didn't like them. The year they won the championship, we knocked them out in the first round. And there was just a rivalry, man. There was a love-hate rivalry with Boston and Philadelphia. So I think because the cities were competitive in all sports across the board, we had to just join the club.
Yeah.
We had to just join the club. And they felt the same way about us.
Right.
And the irony of that is, Larry and I did stuff together.
Yeah, right here. We're looking at a video game cover right here. Was this before or after the fight?
This was, that was before.
Yeah, we all know how much we hated them and they hated us.
I hate Larry Bird.
I hated him. I hated Larry. It just went like that. There's no other word to really use.
What I hated about the Lakers, just the way they walked into a building, man. It's like they wanted to think that they were better than us. And that, I think, created that much more animosity.
And then you got that arrogant, cocky Larry Bird trash talking all the time.
And was he really arrogant? Was he really, really arrogant?
Well, yeah, he could back it up.
Rookie season, you guys lose to Boston in the Eastern Finals.
I played well.
Yeah, that memorable play where Bird stole the ball on a quick inbounds. I heard Isaiah wasn't even supposed to be taking the ball out.
Right.
And then after the game, Isaiah said if he was black, he'd just be another good guy. Media wasn't what media is today, but the fact that Isaiah Thomas said that about Larry Bird, what did you think when you heard that? And what was the energy around the game like back then?
So Boston, there's so many numbers, and all of a sudden Isaiah being reactive, thinking they're gonna foul us as soon as we get the ball. So as opposed to having Bill take it out, Isaiah was looking at Chuck, should I call timeout? And he's looking at Bill, and Isaiah's like, give me the ball. Right, and he takes the ball and he's throwing it. So Bill sees him coming, and opposed to stepping to the ball.
He got alligator arms?
Yeah, and then Larry steals it, but then it looked like it was set up by the leprechaun because nothing was supposed to happen the way it happened. We destroyed him game 6. We come back for game 7. Larry Bird and Isaiah said, I guess he's right. It's a sensational thing that he's a white guy and he plays this well. He wasn't saying anything.
So he wasn't nothing malicious?
It wasn't a diss. No.
It's the truth.
We talk about how this white kid is unbelievable. We literally say that, right? We talk about, we put his color in front of it.
Position, yeah.
So him saying that was not saying he wasn't getting anything about Larry. Larry plays good for a black guy, white guy, a Martian.
Right, no
You
matter
know
the
what I'm
color.
saying? He no matter the color.
Ewok, he all that.
They brought the color into it. Isaiah not disagreeing. If Isaiah would have said, no, he's great no matter what he is. Larry Bird and Isaiah are cool. And they did a press conference right after that. What the problem was, Isaiah kept talking. When Larry got up and walked out, Isaiah should have got up and walked out. But Isaiah said, I looked up the word racist in the dictionary.
What'd he say?
That's where he fucked up, man.
He said, stop. Don't let them know you read. Don't let them know you read, brother. Keep it to yourself. That's where it got into it when he was, trying to diffuse it, when it, should have died where it was.
Why do you think people hate on Larry Bird?
He's white.
He's white.
But I don't think most true fans of basketball, especially blacks included, they know the deal. The people that are hating on Larry Bird are simply haters, because there's no way, if you know anything about that man's criteria, his record, his skill, there's always one. Hating on him is like hating on Eminem. They're one and the same. Official tissue, man.
I mean, how come people really don't give Larry Bird his?
No, people do. He doesn't. I remember I was watching this great documentary on HBO called Courtship of Rivals about Bird and Magic. And I know I'm gonna get my man's name wrong, the jazz guy. And he said something about when you go into a black barbershop, black people talked about Larry Bird. When you go into most black people's homes, on their posters on their wall were like, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, a picture of Jesus, and then Larry Bird. He goes, when you're in black people's homes, you're the real deal. Larry was the real fucking deal. Knock it off.
Larry Bird never guarded me, but I had to guard Larry Bird. Maxwell was the sacrificial lamb, but I wanted Larry to guard me one time. And I remember one time he was on you and was telling me to switch. I'm like, no, you got him. You take him this time.
Well, Bird, I couldn't defend Bird at all. Obviously we're matched up. You're guarding me, and then I got to find Birds on the floor to switch over and defend him. And Bird was the toughest player I've ever had to face. The guy is 6'10", I'm 6'7". He can pass over the top of me, put the ball on the floor. He's a great rebounder and obviously a great scorer. And so Bird, for me, was the toughest matchup I ever had during the course of my career.
Larry looks at it, he's just playing a basketball game. He never looked at it like it's, but he just does that. But he also had that ability to, I think, maintain that presence, that confidence, because he knows it helps his teammates. To Dan, it was one of the most, I've been blessed to be around this sport for many years, and I'm going to say more than 4 decades. I have never seen anything like it. It was one of the great great performances. I don't go to plays or anything like that. And I happen to be blessed enough to be around the Bulls in the 90s. But this was something that was just unbelievable.
Didn't have to worry about Larry coming to play. When you got a guy that they're prepared to play at a high level, that gives you an awful good feeling.
I actually came to work out with him in the French Lick, and I realized I thought I worked hard. I really did. And we started running up and down that hill. If you've been to French Lick, there's a hill that's on the backside that now goes up the Peep Die. I thought I was gonna die. And I realized, and he'd been doing it routinely. I had come to visit, and I was doing it, and I knew his intent was to get back there. I'm speaking for him, so that's always dangerous. His passion for being so supportive of whatever it is he's doing, and in this case, the Celtics and Red Auerbach, at a high level in terms of his competitiveness and his ability to prepare, because you can't have success unless you prepare. I don't know anyone in my life that's ever prepared better.
Was Bird a nice guy?
No, he is but he didn't have that physical ability. Like Larry beat you with his will and his mind, but he didn't have the athletic ability that Kobe and Michael and LeBron and those guys had. Yeah. Larry willed himself and his team to win.
I actually used to hate Larry Bird, hated him. Because
why?
I was sort of like, jealous of him because he was a regular guy that did everything. He shouted in your face, he had to fade away. One time, I was watching a game, they was playing somebody and I was betting this guy and he was falling out of bounds and he shot that thing over the backboard and it went in. And I was like, I thought most of what he did was luck.
But as I, got older and kept watching, I just knew that it was skill. And, for him to even have his name mentioned in this category with Magic and Michael Jordan just shows how great of a player he was.
The one thing about Larry, though, after a while, but there was one point in that first game, I'm running down the floor and he's going, man, I'm getting ready to wear your ass out. So I'm like, what? Okay, I'll get in my best defensive stance. He comes down on this side and he comes off Robert Parrish. And I'm trailing him. Kareem's ready, and this is a play that we had talked about. He comes up, they throw Larry the ball, he catches it, he goes up in the air, and I'm right there. I'm about to push this right down your throat. Kareem jumps out, and I don't know how this guy got that ball to Parrish, but he hits Parrish, and Parrish rolls in for a dunk, and he starts laughing. He looks at me, I told you, motherfucker. After that, it was a situation where he never said anything else to me after that, because now we started playing him. But yeah, he was the ultimate trash talker. We're all in there for the 3-point gun. Myself, Byron Scott, Detlef Shrimp, Dale Ellis. You got some of the best 3-point shooters in the game. So we're all in there, and they're in there giving us directions and everything. And everybody's like, well, where's Larry Bird? Why is he so special? He can't be in here. So finally, Bird comes in. Larry goes, I hope you guys are discussing who's gonna come in second, because I'm winning this motherfucker. And he walks out the locker room. Then goes out there and wins the 3-point contest. It's hard to say, will there ever be another Larry Bird? And it doesn't have to be a white player, but just a player of his caliber. I don't think so, man, because this guy was he just had that will to win. And he was an ultimate professional at what he did.
The rivalry between Magic Johnson and Larry Bird was unparalleled really in sports history, because they had played against each other in college in the championship game. Whenever they played, there was an aura of a championship fight, and that made the NBA a real prominent league in the 1980s.
One was on the West Coast, one was on the East Coast. One was black, one was white. One ran the court and smiled, the other played a half-court game and frowned. You had these two complete opposites that year after year competed for the NBA championship. That was as irresistible a two-person storyline that has ever come along in American sports. I think what made Larry special as a player was that he was perceived as someone who did not have a lot of physical gifts. He couldn't jump, but he got 11 or 12 rebounds a game. He wasn't fast, but he got up and down the court almost as well as anybody. So there was almost a kind of magic to his being able to accomplish what he did.